as Busta Rhymes would say, thank you, King shit.
You're listening to the Hot Seed Podcast.
HOTSEED.
Welcome all. I'm Sean, along with my co-host Earl.
Yo.
Dave.
Yes, sir.
And you know what it is. We're just dads with mics, gamers with headsets, and a whole lot of unfiltered conversation. And as always, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Hot Seed Podcast. And be sure to listen, like, rate, review, share, and most importantly, enjoy on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, wherever you get your favorite shows. And go ahead and subscribe to that YouTube channel, man, at the Hot Seed Podcast. Episode 137. The boys are back in the building. That is not the title, but I just figured I'd say because we're back in the building. Welcome back again, fellas. How was your week? Of course, how we start off. You know, how was your week, man?
It was a good week, as you know. Pretty much put that announcement out there for the Story Group LLC, going through all the different rigmarole, I guess you would say. But everything's going to plan.
I like it.
So I'm excited right now.
I like it. How you doing over there, brother Earl? You know.
Busy week. A lot of stuff going on.
It's all right, man. You know, we dance on mic, right? And don't try to block out the sound in the background. We've been doing this since you was in the closet.
It's like they wait till you do it, and then they like, y'all want to get on the mic and just start saying stuff. It just man. But good week. Football. I mean, a little sad. Football about to be over.
Yeah, that is. We don't want to talk about that yet, but yeah.
And I am happy February is here because got a little vacation in February, so much needed. So I can't complain.
Cool. It was a dope week here. My youngest brother came up the weekend, and we came up and we fellowshipped, like we do. You guys saw the IG story post I put up there. We were just in the studio here vibing out.
Yeah, I saw that beat. You made that beat?
Yeah, yes, sir. Why would you ask that type?
I don't know. I ain't know if you just took an instrumental. It was like,
man.
Nah, don't disrespect me like that now. Hold on now. Don't wait a minute, sir. I don't like the way you're talking.
I called you because I thought you made the other beat.
I got you with that. Yeah. I got you with that. It was just one. I got you. You called me. It was good stuff. I good look because you was looking out.
I was.
No, yeah. When I do something like that, best believe that comes out of the house of Sean Xavier.
Gotcha.
But now he came through, man. It was a good it was a good therapy session. We're a little over 2 weeks removed since we buried our mom, man. He came up, him and his lady, and they were up in the area, DC, Baltimore, stayed here at the crib, and he hadn't been here. He hadn't seen the house since we had bought it and since I built the space out here. So it was dope. And he rolled up with a little bit. We poured some drinks. Of course, we poured the Terramana. And he was vibing out. He said, "Hey, play what you got." And Dave knows from our sessions that we used to have back down in Newport News when we was up in the loft. And we just hit play and just let it ride, and that's where we at. So that moment there we captured because we don't get to do it often. And outside of working with the storyteller himself, man, working music, man. Shout out to my man Mac as well. Like my brother, he does karaoke and stuff like that. But my brother Cedric, man, he's one of the most talented like musical people that I know. One of the most and it's when it comes to whether it's singing and the singing point, he'll sing as much more, but as far as rapping, you talking about, there's an art to being a freestyle, and that motherfucker there can go. And it's never written down. It's crazy because we wrote songs and it took him longer to write a song than him just a freestyle. That's what he was doing. I just caught him in a moment and we was just going, man. So it was pretty dope. So the weekend was extra special having him here. and then I broke my tooth at work yesterday, so that shit was fun. That's how my week went. We went to, like, I'm sitting there, I'm eating some French fries, and maybe that was universe saying don't eat these McDonald's fries. And we eating a burger, just eating some fries and had me a sweet tea. Sitting there chewing. I'm like, first I'm thinking, yo, what the fuck is this? Well, I'm about to walk up here and show out. And I'm like, that's my fucking tooth. So the part of my goddamn lower tooth here. So I'll say this though, your boy will not be walking around with no missing teeth. So don't be surprised a week or two from now if we show up on the pod here and I got fronts, because I'm not going with no gaps. I'm telling you that right the fuck right now. I'm just letting you know it's gonna be a whole out here.
You gonna have the Kanye going?
Absolutely. We were not. You laughing? I'm dead ass serious too. I did bit. Absolutely.
Just make sure that you can talk. Just make sure that you can talk.
I told the
people be putting the fronts and everything in the mouth. They can't.
Yeah, I told the missus right now. I was like, nah, we doing fronts. Like I used to joke. I say, I'm gonna give it. Nah, we not doing this. It's like the equivalent to when I had the thing. You know, I had the hair. If everybody know me, when I had the hair and it locked out years ago, the moment I felt any signs of thinning, I'm cutting it all off, and that's when I went bald. Yeah, you won't catch me out here like goddamn Jerry Rice and Stevie Wonder. I'm sorry. It's just I'm not. You won't. Nah, I'm not
LeBron
doing
James.
Yeah, stop using him in your references, bro.
I would do what the hell I want, sir, because no one can see clearly that he needs to take his threads out. Go ahead.
Just because you brought up Stevie though, and this ain't a bad thing. We were just watching. I don't know. We were just watching. I believe on Netflix. They have a quick joint that's called like the best night in pop. And it's the putting together and the rush to put together, which I didn't know, of We Are the World. And it's hilarious, bro. Like certain things that were going on, and Quincy Jones yelling at Lionel Richie and Michael because they were putting the joint to the side, and Stevie Wonder wasn't picking up the phone because he was supposed to be one of the writers of the song. so Stevie will pick up the phone, and you're always on Stevie's time, they said. And he was a big troublemaker back then, they said. And so he shows up thinking that he's there to write the song. They're like, Stevie, the song's already written. We just need you to perform the thing. And he's like, oh, for real? So y'all wrote the thing without? We called you 3 weeks ago, Stevie. We're recording tonight. That's hilarious, bro. But the stars, bro.
Defense. When you write a generational classic like Songs in the Key of Life, can't nobody tell you shit, bro. Like I know I pick up the phone. You didn't pick up the phone. Did you listen?
Well, they knew.
Yeah, right.
Because Lionel Richie was the one that kept on trying to call him, and he kept on going back to Quincy. Like, look, you know Stevie on Stevie time. Like,
right.
We probably ain't gonna get to him. And then that's when they reached out to Michael. They didn't even have Michael yet. That's when they reached out to Michael because they only had Lionel as the writer.
Oh my god!
So think about that, like how crazy that situation.
Because Stevie is like, man, I ain't got time to write something, but I'm writing Hotter Than July, right?
Right, man. And you know, we've all seen the videos and memes when Mike was in the studio and they had Cyndi Lauper and them out there, and we all seen the videos.
That's what they were saying. That was the other part. See, I'm not finished with it yet. I think I still got like.
What is it? What is it like? Is it an episode or is it like a?
No, it's just one. It's like an hour and 40 minutes, something like that.
But
yeah, watch it, man. The best night in pop, something like that. But they were talking about getting everybody in one room, and there was an art to who was going to stand next to who. Because they couldn't put all the troublemakers together. So they're like, all right, Stevie got to be over here. Cyndi Lauper got to be over here. Put Bruce in the middle. So it's hilarious, man. The stuff that we grew up on, but we still never knew the stories about. And now they're able to go back and speak to some of these people. Unfortunately, some of these people aren't here no more. But, you know, it's amazing. Right. You see Ray Charles going in there. He touching on everybody's arm. It's hilarious, because after you see the movie Ray, you see him going in there, and the girls over there kissing him, and he too busy touching their arm. Like, all right,
wow,
yeah, that's really done.
Oh my God, that's
so good, man.
Oh man, yeah. It's it's what's so dope, man, is about the stuff you see just coming out of the the catalogs and it's coming out of the libraries and all the stuff that that's coming to fruition now. Even then, you some of the stuff now, of course, with this day and age of digital technology, you have to make sure of the authenticity of it. But the one that is kind of dope for me to listen to now, they show since we're talking about Mike, when he did Billie Jean, a couple of songs, they showed the vocal layering of how the song was played out, and I listened to that and I was like,
then he do all of the and one of them songs he did all of the
man,
background vocals on there.
Yeah, and so Stevie did that too, though. Stevie did that, and it's dope,
real
man.
quick, and it's not to give it all away, but Lionel Richie talks about that because they knew of each other, of course, through Motown and stuff.
Don't say too much because
no. But I want to say this part because it's a part that we know, but Lionel didn't know at that time. And he said Michael comes in the room. He said I never wrote with him before.
Right.
And Michael comes in. He thinks Michael could play instruments and stuff. So he's like, "Yeah, Michael, we're gonna arrange it this way and do this." And he's on the piano. And he says Michael just starts doing like a beatbox, like, and he's like, "Wait a minute, so you just gonna?" And he said he sat there in amazement because he put together and layered everything right there in front of him just by making sounds with his mouth. And he's just sat back like, whoa, this is never seen anything like it before. You know how everybody looks at Jay in the studio when he doesn't write anything down and they're in the Imagine putting together an arrangement. Forget words, putting together an arrangement. Just right then and there. No. I need this to be high. I need this to be so and so. So he recorded We Are the World, which I had already known. He had recorded We Are the World pretty much himself. And then people came in and everything. But the part that I'm interested in, and I don't know the whole thing on it yet, I don't even know if they go deep on it, is the fact of him and Prince. That whole thing. Yeah. And they were trying to get Prince on.
Prince was on.
No, they were trying to.
Yeah.
But at that time, MJ and Prince
was beefing hard.
So this is Michael Jackson. I mean, this is Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas
type situation.
It's pretty big because they recorded it the night of the AMAs.
Yeah.
Which I have a problem with because we can come back and talk about later. So Lionel Richie was hosting it. Do you realize back then they had an award, and I'm not making this up. Go check it out. They had an award that was the best black single.
Yeah, you're lying.
He's not lying.
Wow.
This was 1985. Go check it out. Go see who won the best black single because it was Prince. That was the time of I want to say Purple Rain.
That is wild aggressive.
I just want to know this though. Did Lionel Richie, how do you say his name? Did he have
Michael called him Lionel?
Yeah, Lionel. Did he have any inkling that his daughter was going to meet up with one Paris Hilton and embarrass the shit out of him on A Simple Life? That's all I'm saying. It's the Hot Seat with your boy Sean Xavier alongside Earl, the storyteller, episode 137. Oh man, they were out there milking cows and all types of weird shit. It's just weird. I don't know. I know Richie be like, you know what? And that let me know right now. I said, do I really want to be a part of this Lightskinn Coalition? Because I don't like this shit at all. I don't like this at all. A lot of booger sugar going on. He said, anyway, man, let's go into some topics, man. One thing we were talking about something we don't like. You come to the podcast to listen to us, and we have our conversations. It's not what you want to call it. It's not planned out. Maybe a topic is, but it's not scripted. We just talk about the shit that's just bothering us. And something that I will say that is bothering me at this point, and it should bother everybody, is really the cost of staying alive. we talked about this before in the past, especially, around with the healthcare of our parents and stuff like this. And of course, post-COVID, it's gotten even crazier, especially now when you had a lot of the seniors out there contracting COVID and such. And, it's just put them in a space to where there was nothing you could do for them in this case. And it's only getting worse. And I say that because before I even get to one of the articles I pulled up, a couple of weeks ago, took my 3-year-old daughter. We took her to the emergency room. She woke up in the morning and I got her up and she just felt she was weird that morning. She's always high energy all the time. She was weird. So I got her up and she said, Daddy, I got to go to the potty. So I put her on the potty. And she got up and she kind of staggered a bit and she said, Daddy, I can't breathe, which completely put me in the whole, whatever mode at this point. I said, okay. So she was kind of like, she was pale. She said, I can't breathe. She has a peanut and tree nut allergy. They know what's going on. So immediately I grabbed the missus and we went over to John Hopkins and got her in there, let her know what's going on. She was kind of like falling asleep. She was lethargic. She was falling asleep in the car. And, I was like telling the missus that she was in the basket to keep her awake. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, keep her awake. I don't know what's happening. Just don't let her fall asleep. I'm holding her in the emergency room. That was a whole event because they had like armed security. I don't know what the hell's going on in Baltimore, but that shit was weird. But I'm holding her and say, stay awake, stay awake, whatever. So we get up to the pediatric emergency room and, talking to her, say, what's going on. They're checking her, her vitals and stuff like that. First thing they found out in this case were her blood sugar had dropped a lot. The missus had said the day before that she wasn't really eating and stuff like that. So that caused the blood sugar to go down. So of course we were hoping that she wasn't, going to come back and they took blood. It's like she's going to be diabetic or nothing like that. And then after they did some checks and checked her ear, something, they saw that she had a ear infection. So that the ear infection is what's caused her kind of like not to eat, which caused her blood sugar to drop, which caused her to be lethargic. So it's a whole like a domino effect of things. That was the emergency room. About 5 days ago, so we get the bill in the mail. The missus says, what insurance you got? Not telling the insurance that I have. She was like, now mind you, something before that, I said, this is not a bill. We're looking at probably about $260, something like that for your insurance. No, I said, okay, all right, we went emergency, whatever. Man, we got this goddamn bill. It's for almost $900.
That you
take her to the emergency room.
That you have to pay out of pocket?
$400 plus of that is just the emergency room visit itself. That doesn't include blood work and shit like that. So mind you, we don't really, for the most part, the household is pretty healthy for the most part. I mean, I have my ailments, but it's not something that I'm constantly back and forth to the doctor. I go when my appointments are, what case, but it's nothing like that. Almost $900 after paying, mind you, every month I pay a substantial amount to my healthcare insurance. A $900 bill for going to the ER. And I say this all, and we can jump right into it. I pulled up an article from Humana, and this is how you know. And I'm gonna let you guys take it from here. And this is the title of the article. And this is from
Lean Up, Earl. You disappeared.
Thursday, January 25th. This is from CNBC. It says Humana stock plunges. Humana stock plunges. Stock plunges on dismal 2024 forecast as insurers face soaring medical costs. Shares of Humana plunged after the healthcare insurer issued a full-year earnings, another key word, earnings guidance that was about half of Wall Street's expectations. The company cited soaring medical costs that dogged insurance companies last year and will likely pressure them again in 2024. Those higher costs reflect an increasing number of older adults returning to hospitals to undergo procedures that had delayed during the pandemic, such as joint and hip replacements. The article will be posted in the show notes. But the thing that's staying out is, and we know this is a business.
Yep.
And a stock plunges on dismal 2024 forecast. And I just told you guys I went to the ER after paying insurance all year and almost $1,000 bill just for going to the ER. So again, I ask you the cost of staying alive. The floor is yours, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's time to get the hell up out of America. But nah, it's just man, it sucks, bro. As somebody who's gone to the hospital a few times,
right?
You know, I see it like when I get my bill back, and I'm like, damn. And then it also, but one thing I will say,
right,
for the most part, working in education, our insurance is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I was at KIP, like they had the best insurance. I didn't pay for anything then there. But yeah, it sucks, man. But we live in a greedy ass country.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That don't give a damn about your health. You know what I'm saying? They just care about the money. I mean, I think John Q pretty much summed up America in the sense in the healthcare system in America.
Right.
This is bullshit.
Right.
Meanwhile, you can go to a third world country and they ain't charge you for healthcare. But one of the richest, if not the richest or wealthiest country in the world, quote unquote, quote unquote,
right,
is charging. And I'm like, that's just pure greed. It's just pure greed. So
yeah,
the biggest thing to financially cripple an American family, is an ailment, an illness.
Exactly.
Period. You can make all these different wrong decisions throughout life.
Yep.
And still come out on top. You know, turn left when you're supposed to turn right and still be fine. You get an ailment / illness,
right?
And it's a wrap because you said the right word. It's a business.
Exactly.
Plain and simple. It's a business first. Oh, and if we can help you, okay. But their help is not help. The help is how long can we keep you riding this insurance? If you get what I'm saying. How long can we keep you on these pills? How long can we keep you? You know, it's not the fact of fixing anything. How long can we keep you? Because now you're in the medical field, and it all flows together.
That's exactly why I take my time paying that medical bill. I'm like, man, that ain't going
all
nowhere.
In conjunction.
I mean, think about when you have a child. We've all had kids, right?
We were there for it. We didn't have them, but you know,
you understand them, man.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be one of the happiest times, right?
Financially, we had them.
What they don't tell you, is the bill that they stick you with when you have that child, and it's like, whoa,
bro. Look, having a kid is like going to Disney, bro. Having a kid like going to Disney. You figure out how much money you pay for that shit.
You better put money to the side for that.
Right.
Insurance is there to insure that company. It is not to insure
you. That company makes money.
Because and I'm going to tell you why. It's crazy, and this is with any type of insurance, but you got to have it just because if you think that $900 bill was something, if you didn't have it, we'll be in a whole nother story.
Absolutely.
But I say it to you in a sense because think about any type of insurance. Whether it's car, whether it's life, whether it's health, whatever it is. Something bad happens, you go report it to that insurer, and they try their best to find a reason why they're not going to cover it.
Absolutely.
This is what you're supposed to do.
Right.
This is called life insurance.
Right.
This is house insurance. This is car insurance. This is health insurance. And you're sitting up there and you got to answer a 20-page report for them to go, all right, I guess we do cover that.
Right.
No, my bad. I guess we will take care of 20% of that.
Right. So you mean to tell me you had that hangnail for so long? How long? Yeah.
Was that before you were with us? Because I believe that was before you were.
Yeah, because we don't cover hangnails, something like that. It's to Dave's point, man. It is about that now. It's always been this way, but it's gotten even more expensive to live now post-COVID because that year and a half, roughly 2 years, companies are trying to make all the money back that they lost. I saw a post today in social media.
Nah, they ain't lose no money in COVID. They was booming in COVID.
Okay, no. So no. Certain individuals were, but the companies as a whole, nah, they weren't. Nah, and they still trying to make that back. So what they did is they paid people out, but what they did is they put them they overdrafted those accounts to pay people out, and they're like, okay, we're gonna have to recoup this on the back end. I saw something today, and this is a perfect example of how fucked up the system is. It was a couple I read that they both graduated from college and they came out with about $70,000 worth of college debt, loans, stuff like that. They've been paying $500 a month for 23 years. $500 over 23 years comes to roughly $96,000. They still owe $112,000.
Yep.
Right.
Interest.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. So you look at that and
like a credit card payment out there, John.
Now, I didn't say they were paying, right. They ain't paying $50 a month. They paying $500 a month, the equivalent of sometimes somebody's car note and insurance, or depends on where you are. And if you got bad credit, that may be your car note on a 2003 Altima, and it's 2024.
Yeah, but if your car note was $100,000 and you were only paying $500, that ain't doing nothing.
It's not. So I saw that, man, and I'm like, it's so fucked up, man. It's like the take and take and take and take, and then entities get upset when you don't want to. Like, bro, like, I don't know what else you want me to pay out of this. Like, I'm paying insurance, I'm paying the premiums, I'm paying the copay. I'm just trying to live. Yeah, we get that, but we need you to go ahead and fork over this $1,000. What? Wait a minute, sir. What do you mean? What do you mean? What happened if somebody was to pass away? Where does that bill go? Oh, y'all charge it off. Bet. Got it. Right.
So, y'all remember a couple years back when I found out about my diverticulitis. And I think I said it on the show. When I felt that first bit of pain, I got rushed to urgent care. I didn't want to go to the hospital at first. So went to urgent care. They did all the tests and everything like that. And that's when the doctor there had said to me that I believe this is diverticulitis. And if it is, you need to go to the emergency room. We're going to transfer everything we've done here over there. We get over to the emergency room, scrambling around there. I'm in some crazy pain. And we get back there and they're pulling out the piss cup and they're telling me they're about to take the blood. And I go, whoa. They were supposed to push that over here from urgent care. I already did all this. Nah, it's not here yet. So we got to do it here. And who am I? I'm in crazy pain. Who am I to Nah, sit back. But I'm saying that to you because guess what I had to pay for twice? The same goddamn test in the same night.
Right.
Piss test, blood test, every test I did over there. So that visit was for nothing except the double pay.
Right.
Oh, how about this? How about this? So I had one of my anxiety moments where I was like, oh shoot. Elizabeth, I'm coming home. You know what
Elizabeth,
I'm coming to join you. One of them moments.
This is the big one.
So I remember because I also have GERD, and I forget that. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't that the same thing the Hulk got? No, was that the gout?
I don't know. You asking the wrong person.
GERD, gout.
But GERD is like, you can't eat certain stuff because you start belching and things of that nature, right?
Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm. It's like it's a gastro, yeah. So, and I kind of know the foods and stuff that trigger. Sometimes I eat it, sometimes I don't, right? But I don't drink soda. Y'all know I drink water, right? But one day I was like, man, I just want to kick. Sometimes you just want to kick. So I should have just got juice. I should have just got juice or something. Instead, I go for the gusto and go get Coca-Cola. I ain't even do ginger ale.
You didn't even do ginger.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't even do ginger ale.
You went all the way out.
Coca-Cola, yeah.
Let me get that Coke, that cherry Coke.
People that drink soda, those.
And keep in mind,
I do drink cherry Coke every once in a while.
It was a mini. Keep in mind, it was a mini. And when I drank it, I'm like,
Man.
maybe like 30
mini
minutes.
Drinks. Good.
30 minutes later, I'm just like, yo, my chest is like hurting. Like I ain't feel this way. And it felt like I was trying to burp, but I couldn't burp.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, you know what? I don't know what's going on. I ain't about to wake them up. I'm about to just drive myself to the ER.
Chest is pounding.
Yeah. Drove myself to the ER because now you're thinking the worst and things of that nature. Now your anxiety is gone. Drove myself to the ER. They took chest scans, everything. Boom, boom, boom. Everything was all right. They said you got a little bit of an abnormal heartbeat, but they've always said that, and it's like it's not an issue. Like a lot of people got it. Cool. Right. They got the first X-ray. They was like, yeah, we trying to see, but we got to wait to the cardiologist. So, you know what? We're going to wait because I don't know what this means. We're going to wait to made me do another one just to say the same thing, but now the cardiologist came, but the cardiologist didn't come until like 9 o'clock. So I had to wait. So I had to do 2 damn freaking scans that I got to pay for.
Right.
That showed the same exact thing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So just healthcare, bro. Healthcare.
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing. You know what this says? As much as possible, and this is what made me try to like change myself. I still got a long way to go, but be mindful of the stuff that we put into our bodies. You know what I'm saying? I know food. A lot of people are foodies. I am one of them, but I think the mentality, and then too, I would say especially with Americans are extra greedy. Like if you look at the portions that we have in America compared to the rest of the world,
we got buffets, bro.
It is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It is ridiculous. So I think what people need to start doing is like changing up your mindset, not using food as a thing like to make you feel good and stuff like that. But it's like, food is just supposed to be fuel. You need food to fuel your body. You know what I'm saying? And keep it as such. You know, not I'm eating this shit for pleasure, because that's how we get sick. And pay these big ass hospital bills.
Yeah, I eat barbecue for pleasure. I ain't gonna lie to you. So yeah, I don't even know. Hey, we got to a space now, and actually, I'm not even make fun. You're right what you're saying, Earl. But I think what happened along the way is just like artificial intelligence. Humans got smarter, yes, but then they started to get lazy, and they started to try to find the easy way out. How can I get this same nutrients and such and these vitamins by not eating this, by just taking XYZ? And then all of a sudden you're up playing Xbox one night or something like that, or watching a late West Coast NBA game, and you get that commercial about a medicine you never heard of before. It's called some shit that don't even, if you put the letters together, it don't really sound right. It be spelled like CBATIL, and they just call it Centrium. Like, that don't even sound right. And then they'll tell you the side effects of it, mud butt, death, stroke, but it will cure like indigestion. Yeah, whatever you're saying right now, it's
we can't hear you.
Hit on mute. It'll cure foot fungus,
right?
But it'll kill you.
Yeah, it'll kill foot fungus, but you're gonna lose your arm, shit like that. Because we're finding ways, instead of us, we're trying to find these ways to make things easier, but it's not really being easier. It's just being lazy. It's just being lazy. Like, there's no reason, unless I tell you that I got hit in the chest with a baseball bat, or I got a broken rib or something like that, that I should be getting a chest x-ray. Because more times than not, even the doctor said, well, the chest x-ray, when we show it, just shows you structural. Ma'am, I told you I pulled my hamstring. Why the fuck are we doing a chest x-ray? The leg bone connected to the chest bone type shit they hit you with. I'm like, no, that's not how they work.
It's like going to get an oil change for your car. It is never an oil change, bro.
Right. Your seatbelts don't work. Well, sir, we had seatbelts when I was growing up. My dad just
I ain't even tell you to touch that. I ain't even tell you to touch
that. Right. All in all, man, the cost of staying alive has become ridiculous. And when you look at somebody, the audacity for some of these companies to send out these bills, and then they will ask you over the phone, well, how will you be paying today?
Right.
I'll be paying you in no attention because I know goddamn well I'm not giving you $1,000 for some shit that you really ain't fixed at all. It's ridiculous. But the downside of it is don't pay those bills, and your ass won't be talking to Mr. Story there to get no house because them shits will fuck
Or
your
don't
credit
have
up.
insurance.
Yeah, it will fuck your credit up. Your ass will be living in an apartment for the rest of your goddamn life because you went the patient first for a goddamn toe that you kicked on the side of the bed. They charged you $900 for a chest X-ray and told you had GERD, but your toe still fucked up. I hate America sometimes. I swear to God, they just yeah. It's the Hot Seat Podcast with your boys Sean, Earl, Dave. I do love America. I was nerves sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. But what don't get on my nerve is the ability for me to really just go out there and get the stuff I need when I need to because I ain't got time because I'm out here paying bills. But I might not be even, might not be even to afford Instacart at this point. But in any case, for those who are out and about and unable to get where they need to be in the time they need to be there and just not the time to stop at the store, that's where Instacart comes in. North America's largest online grocery marketplace. From your favorite food needs, alcohol, office supplies, and so much more, Instacart will connect you with a personal shopper in your local area to shop and deliver your order and stay completely safe with their contactless delivery with their leave at my door option. So to receive a free delivery on your first order over $35, just follow the link in the show notes to let them know the Hot Seed Podcast sent you. Instacart, so you don't have to go to the store.
Boom.
So you guys saw, I guess this week, it was announced today I saw. I think we're all fans of The Breakfast Club for the most part. Charlamagne the God, DJ Envy. We listen. Whatever kind of, I consume their media. Since their third co-host left, Angela Yee left, it seems like about a year ago, seems like now. They have run through a rotation of different co-hosts during that time. And I didn't know that they were looking for their third co-host. And so much so for a while, I think everyone, and I'll say it that way, has settled on Jess Hilarious. So she's hometown, Baltimore, here to be on the show. So much so that she had announced, I guess prematurely, that she had gotten the gig, and it kind of backfired to point to where it had people back, I guess they thought they had fired her, stuff like that, so forth and so on. And today I saw they actually rolled out. It was funny. I think this was probably a part of their marketing plan. They rolled out this, her official, bringing on, or her official coming to the show, and they replayed back all the vocals and stuff from people who, from Joe Budden to hell, even to Shannon Sharp, to all the other media conglomerates out there talking about the fact that she was premature and she messed up the bag, this, that, and the under the sun. And then today I saw something that apparently there was maybe a misunderstanding, or maybe somebody was premature in announcing something from our favorite MC, who we consider the GOAT, Jay-Z. So much so that Rock Nation actually responded to a new Jay-Z 2024 album rumor. So apparently speculation around a new LP from the U.S. rapper, and this is from NME.com. The U.S. rapper began circulating this weekend when artist and video director, I guess HG World, posted to social media on Sunday that he was shooting today with Jay-Z. And his name was credited as a director alongside the director of photography, Leroy Harrell. However, Jay-Z's own Rock Nation quickly put down rumors on social media, responded to a post on Twitter, which said a new Jay-Z album is being teased for 2024, unquote. That's news to us, end quote. So all that being the case, brings up this quote that none other than Frank Ocean gave. It was great. perfect quote, and it's something that we apply to our lives. Work hard in silence. Let your success make the noise. We often, and I'm gonna give the floor to the one and only Mr. Story in a minute. We often get caught up in the announcement of things. And one thing that I learned, that don't let everybody know your moves, especially if that move has not been completed, that ink on that deal has not dried, anything along those lines.
Yep.
And while it did work out in Jess Hilarious' favor, and maybe that was the way they was planning it, so forth and so on, or she was premature in announcing it, I'm assuming. But we've seen cases where people have done that and it kind of messed up the bag. Go back to the infamous video that Tyrese was on when Apple was purchasing Beats, if y'all remember. And he went on IG or whatever and was like, yo, we about to be billionaires like that. And at the time, that deal was actually supposed to be north of $1 billion. By the end of that whole thing, and they had to go to clean up. And when I've read, they had to call Dre and Larry Ivine, whatever, and say, hey, this was kind of spoiled. I think they end up ultimately selling the Beats, name what the case may be, for like $890 million, which is still nothing to sneeze at, but it's not $1 billion. See what I'm saying? And just because, somebody couldn't keep their mouth shut, and it kind of drove down probably the stock price, the price of it, so forth, so on. But in any case, again, work hard in silence. Let your success make the noise. What you got, Mr. Story?
What I get from this, and honestly, you'll see it in any type of successful book that you read, is basically that talk is only so loud.
Right.
You can scream all you want. Show me.
Exactly.
Especially in what I do, like show me. I could talk about the Story Group LLC all I want. Now I got to do the work.
Yeah.
The work makes the noise. Right. Not me talking about it and putting whatever up. The work does the noise. My clients don't care about me talking about what I even did in the past. It don't matter. That doesn't help them.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Great.
Yeah.
That's your portfolio. So how are we
going to benefit from this?
Yes. Going to make this happen and get me in the house I want?
Right.
When you see like certain things that go on, especially since you brought up Jay-Z, he's the master of it. He's the master of it.
Yeah.
When people be like, oh, why didn't he respond to so-and-so? Because that person's beneath him. Exactly. What's the point? If I respond, that's putting him on my level. Yes. I'm bringing him up. It ain't helping me. It doesn't matter. It's just what we call silent noise. There's a lot of silent noise around you. But it's us that take off the headphones, and then all of a sudden we hear it, and we pay attention to it. People gonna talk anyway. People gonna tell you all these different things that they do. People gonna post on social media, like we always say, about how great their life is and what they're doing. That's great. That's great. I don't need to do that. Successful people don't need to do that.
Exactly.
And I'm not even putting myself in that lane, but I'm saying for me to get there, I don't need to worry about half this stuff. I just had this conversation actually with a past guest of ours, Miss Tasha Lyons. Shout out to the Lions Den group.
Mm-hmm.
And got an announcement about that coming up in March for us, which we know. Mm-hmm. But I sat back and I was speaking to her just about success in a way and different things that we were doing that we had on our forecast for this year. And one of the things that I was speaking to her about was the only things that are going to change anything about my way of thinking mm-hmm. are things that can happen within these four walls.
Right.
Everything else is outside noise. We put ourselves in those situations. Everything else is outside noise. I need to work for what I have here. See, the other part of that is, if I don't work for what I got here, how can I help everybody else?
True.
Now I'm just talking.
Right.
I'm just talking. They always tell you sometimes, kill yourself with silence and listen to your own advice. And I had to learn that because I was a person that could always sit back. Oh, yeah. And then I'll be like, damn, why the hell ain't I doing that shit? If you ask some of the greatest teachers, they teach so well because when they teach others, they're learning off themselves again. because they learn off of things that they're not even doing. They're like, oh, damn, I should be doing that. So I get a lot of things from this. Work hard in silence. Let your success make the noise. When you see all that stuff that's out there, that's that rah-rah, as we call it. That's that rah-rah. I mean, all that stuff going on. You see the stuff with Nicki Minaj and Meg Stallion and all that stuff. That's that rah-rah.
Yeah, it's those. I told you, man, one of the biggest addictions is attention. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
People, this is why people do shit for social media. You know, they do shit for likes. I mean, to the point where, like, you're lying. You know, it's just you sitting up here living a different life. It's sad, yo. That's why you got pranks to the point where people go overboard, and then it's like I can't feel bad if somebody come out and really whip one of these people ass or do something even worse. Yeah. You know,
somebody got shot down here.
Is it?
I told you that somebody got shot in the mall down here.
Yeah, so that's what I said. That's what I said. Attention is the worst. It's the worst drug right now, bro.
It really is, man. Like I get that you want to be excited for a new venture in life, but it's not just the intention part, it's the validation. Like people look for the validation aspect of it. And those who are watching the podcast or watching the show on YouTube or listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts, it was like, well, Sean, you guys, promote things here to validate. No, we're not going to validate it. We're providing a part of its entertainment aspect. We're also providing, knowledge in different cases and stuff like that. But validation, no. I mean, there's points to where I ain't gonna lie, I suffer from it. We talked about it before. There's points where because I was so hell bent on seeing a level of, I am so hell bent on seeing a level of success for the show, but I was trying to rush the process, and you guys reeled me in. That part there, that's different. That's natural, because when you feel like you're really doing something, you want to rush the process. But then there's another part of people that like you feel like in order for you to get the accolades that you want, you have to make sure that the world knows right then.
Right.
Before, just so, and see, that's the part, because now you're looking for that validation in everybody else. And that's the kind of like that house of cards type thing. Your world is built on the validation of everybody outside of it. If you don't get that
Sean,
validation,
the thing is, and you're leading to it, we're not telling anybody not to promote their business or promote what they're doing. You definitely should do that at all times.
Absolutely.
But there's a difference between promoting what you're doing and doing it for the likes, as they say.
Exactly.
I've seen people that you can just tell that they put up these certain things, and they're checking it every second.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got 3 likes. I got 5 likes. And you will drive yourself crazy. You will be so much within that form of social media that you forget you ain't even living life no more.
Yeah.
You might as well just put on a VR and just have that thing tuned in to Instagram or TikTok or whatever that is, because that's all you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything else. So, and that's a society, I guess you could say society-wise, but it's a culture thing now.
Yeah.
It just is. And I can't even say the States. That joint is worldwide. Like, that's just what they do. If you jump on like your cell phone bill and you go and check how much usage is for certain things, like network, getting on the internet and stuff like that, I guarantee you it'll blow your mind.
Oh yeah, I've seen
on all the phones in your house. I guarantee it'll blow your mind.
I've seen that. I've seen that. It
really, I had to tell my son even today. We sitting there at dinner and we're having a conversation. Then I'm trying to show him the "We Are the World" thing that we'll talk about. And the whole time I just see him. He got the phone a little bit underneath the table, and I said, "You know what? No more phones at this table.
Yeah,
no more. This is family time. No more phones at this table."
That's that attention aspect. You got to be able to put it down. There's a challenge
because you feel like you're missing something. Like
there's a I read a lot of podcast content and stuff like that, because even though we've been doing it for a little while, I'm always looking at ways to like improve the ways to do this thing, and there's a challenge out there, and it's not a popular one, but the challenge that it's a challenge for you not to look at your podcast stats for 90 days. So for 90 days, I'm not looking at who's watching. Now, if if it pops up, it just pops up.
Okay,
like,
so
I'm not
don't
searching.
ask you no questions then.
Yeah.
Don't ask me shit.
I mean,
how many likes we got? Because the reason you do that is you focus on the content itself. You're not looking at, okay, last week that show didn't work out too good. We need to switch it up this way. Nah, just look, create the content, do what you do, and then let the cards fall as they may. We still market and everything else, but I'm not looking at how many people checked in with us. So that's like
it'll drive you crazy.
Yeah,
when I was coaching in education, I would tell the people that I was coaching, I was like, look, everybody wants to move up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just natural progression, right?
Right.
But some people were stressing themselves out, like, I want to get this by next year. I want to do this. Like, what are they saying? And I'm like, yo, you're focusing on the wrong thing. If you keep doing what you're doing and don't worry about who's paying attention, like, eventually it's gonna happen. Like, just don't worry about that. Like, I've literally have never went into a job like I'm trying to impress this person. Like, I promise you, I swear on everything I love. Like, I went into the job going, especially in education, I'm like, I love it. So if I could sit up here and service these kids and things of that nature, and then what ends up happening, I get so engulfed in the work that I do, and then I hear, oh, yo, you should do this, or you should, like, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like, because at the end of the day, my focus is servicing these kids. It's like somebody trying to lose weight, and every day you go into the scale looking to see how many pounds you lost, and it's like, yo, it's not gonna happen like that. What's gonna happen is somebody look at you and say, yo, you losing weight. I see it in your face, because sometimes it don't translate to the scale. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's just in everything. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yo, stop fixating and worrying about certain stuff, and just do what you do, because you're gonna, like Dave said, you're gonna drive yourself crazy.
To your point, Earl, I had a person ask me one time, "Did you lose weight?" I said, "No, I just had a stroke," and that's all that. That's what happened.
My goodness.
I'm just being honest, man. I guess it's a true story, man. It's a true story. Episode 137, man. Hey, let's get into some real estate corner. That's a horrible way to that.
Thanks.
I think we need a moment of silence. That's a horrible segue. My God,
it's a horrible segue, but pray for your boy. But I'm, you know why? Because I'm excited. You know what? Let's just do it. Because
you just stop talking. Just go ahead. Go ahead, Dave.
All right, well, welcome to Real Estate Corner with your man Dave of, I guess I could say now, the story group of Exit Community Realty. Just gonna hit you with some quick tips, 5 quick tips for our buyers in today's current market. One of the first things you need to do is sit back and sit down with a professional that's gonna do a buyer broker presentation. Within that buyer broker presentation, it could be one-on-one, it could be over Zoom, whatever it is, but make sure that they're setting you up for today's current market. If they can't do that, then you're dealing with the wrong agent. So I'm going to say that's step number 1. Make sure that you're dealing with a professional, and you'll know the difference. Number 2, determine and know your budget and stick to it. And when I say stick to it, there's going to be a little bit of wiggle room, because for the things that we really want, you're going to jump out there a little bit for. But you don't want to end up house broke. But you want to know you're going in ready. So, for example, you need to know and break down your expenses on the fact of, this is what we can do monthly. Whether it's $2,500, $3,000, $3,500 a month. Now, mind you, I know people try to use the slick comments of, hey, I can get you in your home for less than you're renting. That is a lie. That is a lie. They are just trying to match numbers of your mortgage. there's other things you have to pay for. Every homeowner knows that. So you got to take in effect all the different insurances that we were talking about earlier. Now you're responsible for everything in that household. You're not calling up a landlord to get things fixed. So you got to have that kitty on the side for a rainy day. So just know those things. Don't let anybody hit you with that pitch of, hey, what are you paying in your rent? Oh, $2,500. Oh, I could get you mortgage for $2,300. Yeah, well, that's great. Don't let them lie to you. Know what your budget is and stay within that budget, those means. Number 3, make sure you make a list that shows the difference between your wants and your needs. That's a big thing. You're going to walk into this house, and when I say the difference between wants and needs, your needs are your non-negotiables. Meaning, if the house does not come with these things, we don't even have to look any further. Why are we even wasting our time? We don't have to go inside. So they're sending you different leads, and when you look at them, I always tell my clients, look, I'm going to set it up for your parameters, but if you see something in there that's not to what your liking is as far as needs, we don't need to see it. Don't click off on that. Okay? So just know your difference between your wants and your needs. Now, as far as those wants, make sure you're not sliding your wants within your needs. If you know that you can live without a fully finished basement,
that's a bar.
I'm still going to sit back and put in there, if there's a basement, I'll show it to you, a fully finished one, but you don't need that. So yes, I'm going to send you some things that are not fully finished. So just really spend some time with that. These are things that you could do before you even speak to an agent or a lender. Number 4, and this is a big one, especially in today's market, because right now, if you don't know about the state of the market, while we have a lot more buyers interested within the market, because rates are falling as we speak, underneath 6%, and so you got to be prepared to act quickly. This is not a let me see a house this weekend. Okay, I really do like that house. Let's wait till next weekend until we see the other houses. No, nope. That's not what's going on here. So just be prepared to act quickly, because as those rates are going down, I told people months ago about this. For the people that are riding the rates, waiting for them to come down, when they come down, guess what? There's more competition. So now you think you're getting a better rate, but now you're paying more for the house because now you got to outbid about 15 or 20 people. And that's real. So welcome to that time period. And then lastly, be prepared to bid competitively and stay flexible within what you're doing. When people talk about bid competitively, all they talk about is price. And that's not it. It's about your terms. Sometimes even more than price. If you're a person that's bidding $400,000 for a house, right? But somebody comes in at $392,000. Yes, that's $8,000 less. So you're like, oh, I got a better bid in. Well, if they can close in 10 to 15 days, it's going to take you 45. What if they're not pre-approved, but they're pre-qualified, which there's a difference between the two? You're pre-approved. Pre-approval can be done in one day. You only send in documents for pre-approval. I can get it back to you within one day. They just say, oh, how much you make? Where you work at? Blah, blah, blah. And then boom, here's a pre-approval letter. Well, from what you said, you should be able to get pre-approved for this. Pre-qualification, you sent in your life to that lender. And you both know you sent in your life to that lender. They're asking you about documents that you're like, damn, my family don't even know about this. I got to see what? You got to go digging in the crates. You don't know where this stuff is. So you'll know the difference between pre-approval. And I'm just going to let you know right now, me, myself, I'm not taking you around seeing all these bunch of houses if you don't at least have a pre-approval. It's a waste of everybody's time. Yep. But pre-approval and pre-qualification are two different things. Make sure you know the difference, especially in today's market. Other terms are things like your EMD, earnest money deposit. How much you're putting down is going towards the actual purchase anyway. So let your lender and your realtor tell you about the differences there. But there's different ways to put together an actual deal, more than just the price. I'm not going to go through every step right now, but just make sure at the end of the day that you're ready, you understand today's market, and that you're dealing with a true professional. And if you don't know that true professional, well, you're looking at him right now. This is David Story of the Story Group over at Exit Community Realty. Give me a call.
It's the HOTSEED podcast with your boy Sean.
Is that within the budget?
Right, just episode 137, man. Like, we adding stuff to the show now.
That look like a GTA character.
Don't put me in there. I'm going to find. Oh, let me.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do real estate in GTA 6 too.
That's not what we were saying.
No. Of course, man, this podcast won't be what it is, man. We hadn't taken our conversation from Xbox Live from Xbox Live over to the podcast space and, turned it into topics. But it all starts about video games, man. It all starts with video. Let's talk about some video games, bro. Yes. So one of the biggest releases this year, not in my opinion, but many opinion, comes out of the Rocksteady Studios and is none other than the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game, which drops this Friday, February 2nd on all platforms. But I believe there was an early access that was put out, but they pulled it because of a bug or something like that.
Yep.
Stuff like that happens. But at the same time, it's coming and I'm ready for it. The DLC is there.
Whoa.
I look shit. Right. Hey, look, say what you want. I'm ready. I'm ready for this game, man. I have been highly anticipating this. Like, again, Rocksteady gave us classic Arkham games, man. It's just I love this since they last premiered it. I want to say, what was it last year? Maybe 2 years ago now. I feel like it's been a whole 2 years now when we saw about this, and now the day has finally come.
Excuse me, I got a question.
I got an answer.
So you got time to play all these other motherfucking games, but you can't come and play fucking the Madden shit. You can't get into basketball. The only one I give you a pass from is Call of Duty. But you got time to play all these other fucking games?
Well, sir.
I'm calling bullshit.
These games are all self-paced. If I recall, if everyone goes back and listen to 136, I'll say, "Hey, Earl, play your game." He was like, "I'll push it forward." What's the point of us having a league with the three of us if we're pushing it forward?
I'm telling you to push it forward because my team already is trash. So I said, go ahead.
It's a new season.
It's a new season, and we all know that in the Madden space, NBA, same thing. They play differently when it's computer generated or simulated compared to when we play with it. Because pause.
You play with that shit. I don't play with that shit, my nigga. Like,
look, I'm using at one point now, of course, we're using like the fantasy draft now. But prior to that, I was using the goddamn Washington Football Redskins Commanders.
That's your fucking fault.
But no. The only time I ran into a roadblock is when I ran against the behemoth that Dave had put on the field with the Giants, because he always had the crazy linebackers, the crazy secondary, and he can attack. And we always played in the goddamn snow. But every year, that record was always 2-3 losses. And when we matched up, it was a case of who's going to make the first mistake. Am I wrong? Wrong?
You won this game this season.
Yes, exactly that. Would I have won that game if we had simulated? We don't know. So that's all I'm saying. So I played the other games, because I'm all across the board.
Real quick though.
But your ass still ain't good on basketball. So
real quick though, to get back to the game though that you're featuring.
Right. Thank you.
I'll tell you something that kills me on it though. Why can we put out games and comic book stories that should be movies?
Yes.
Like, I would love to see this as a movie.
Yes.
Now, I am interested in the game, because of the developers.
Right.
We'll see how it goes.
Right.
Because the gameplay on some of these, maybe we amped ourselves up too much through playing like the Telltale series and stuff like that. And then we try to play these other ones and we're like,
True.
Because the last one I played, comic book wise, that was pretty good was the Guardians one.
Okay.
The Avengers one was
not good.
That was not it.
Horrible. Horrible.
You know, so, and I think there's like a Star Wars one that's supposed to be coming out.
Right.
Soon. That's supposed to be real good. So we'll see. I hope it does good. It didn't start out good with the fact that a bug shutting everything down for early release, but we'll see. You know, shit happens.
Yeah, it was online, so you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, so we'll see. But am I excited for it? Yes.
Yeah, I am a big proponent for the Rocksteady Studios. I love it's just looking at the gameplay, you know, the trailer, the gameplay stuff like that. It just looks great, man. And we don't get too many video games, man, that has a really high replay value. I mean, if it's not sports games, think about how many games you start off with and be like, all right. But you know, me being a DC fanatic and stuff like that, it's exciting to see this. And like now, the flip on to your point, I would love to see this. Hell, we were on our way to seeing something similar to this
with the
Snyderverse, because he was going to flip the whole thing on his head with Superman, and you know that all fell apart. But whether it's this game, whether it's the Injustice series, which is great, all of this stuff for great films. Again, DC makes great animated films, but when it comes to live action, it's just I don't get it. And
Injustice was a good video game too.
It was, man. And I posted something on my IG story that's still there, and it had, you know, world famous, the legend Rick Rubin himself, and he said, and you know, it gives you 15 seconds, but he said, I don't think about the audience when I go in to create music. I go in to create something for myself. And what happens is, I'm loosely quoting it, what happens is something happens to where it just becomes great for everybody else, which meaning, and what he was saying was a lot of the media, whether it's music, movies, or something like that, it's turned into commerce. They're creating something that they think that Sean, Dave, or Earl would like, instead of creating something that they themselves love. Shout out to Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan created a Batman trilogy that he loved, not that he thought we would love, and it became probably the best comic film trilogy outside of what they've done in the Marvel space in that aspect, the Infinity Saga. That's the true art of creating what you do.
And you just spoke about that when we were just talking about the outside noise.
Do something.
He's mastered that part.
Exactly. So
I got something real quick on the video game corner.
Go ahead.
If you paid attention, there's a game that's going to be rolling out for Game Pass, Xbox fans, called Open Road. Open Roads, I should say, plural. It was supposed to roll out February 22nd, but it has been delayed a little bit over a month, back to March 28th. So we'll see how it is, because I like my interactive games, and this is an interactive movie type game. So just put that announcement out there. Open Roads has been pushed back to March 28th release on Game Pass.
Gotcha. I was actually going to show the actual trailer for that, you know, since it was there. You know, we could, but I actually, you know what? Since we there, we might as well go ahead and look at it since it's there.
All right,
we do what we want.
Okay.
Or maybe not.
Taz, I'm back to the basement. There's something I want to show you.
I voice Opal alongside the talented Caitlin Beaver, who voices my daughter Tess. Together we embark on a mesmerizing road trip where mysteries and stories long buried come to life.
Wow, was this taken?
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Probably only a year before he died.
It's a game about revealing the truths we've been searching for, as well as the profound bond between mother and daughter.
It's not. It was
pretty clean, from what I can see.
We just have to get out and walk.
Well, it's basically a movie.
Like it's like the Life is Strange type vibe.
I think it's through here.
Yeah. I was just about to say I fall in love with these because of that vibe.
Look,
right.
I know you're upset.
I was a lover of like the Beverly Cleary books where you chose at the end at the bottom.
Just get in.
Turn the page.
See what we can find.
Oh man, you went back. You went back with that.
Get ready for a heartfelt adventure like no other.
I like it.
As we navigate through a web of mysteries and
is that a Nokia phone?
Open roads.
I didn't know what was happening.
Hey, Mom.
Let me tell you something.
I was thinking about something.
I can't shoot. I can't smack nobody.
Earl's not playing this at all.
Hell no.
Good question. What do you think?
You can all hit the road in February 2024 when Open Roads
Even though she
launches
said
on
February
PC
24, they pushed it back in March
consoles.
to Earl.
Can
to Dave's point.
realistic question.
Yep.
So serious. Who the fuck is playing this, and who are they marketing this to? Real talk.
Well,
It's an RPG.
The first thing that they're going to market to, if you see the storyline, is definitely going to be women.
Okay, so
absolutely.
Okay, cool. How many females? Now, I'm not saying that there's not females.
Oh, I was about to say we had a
female
game on.
No, I know.
we had Pinky on here. She's a.
But is there enough females that play games?
Yeah.
That is going to listen. It's going to like this shit.
Yeah. So we'll do this. We'll do this, Earl. Let it be out for a couple months, and I'll come back to you with the numbers.
Matter of fact, how about this? Let it be out for a couple months. Let's get Pinky. Let's see if we can get Pinky on it and ask her what her honest opinion about this shit.
That's fine, but I'm just telling you numbers wise for these games. You probably don't play interactive games, but they do pretty damn well.
I guarantee the numbers on this bitch. This bullshit is gonna be some trash. I guarantee it.
Mind you, everybody that is watching and listening, Earl plays about 3 games a year.
That's fine.
So you're not the one to ask about this. You're not a gamer. You're a sports gamer. And
but what I'm saying is, regardless, for me, I don't know what excites you about something like this. Like that.
So let me give you an example because of what we just broke down to you.
Right.
You have admitted that you play probably 3 games a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like me coming to you, introducing a song that's in a whole different genre and wondering why you don't like it. I'm not worried about you liking it because you're not the person I'm reaching out to. Like you're not even in the listening booth. Like I won't call you to a listening party if you don't listen to that type. Like you don't do that. You play Madden, you play NBA, you play Call of Duty.
It's a different one. It's certain games.
I play now. I don't know if I'm even gonna like it, Earl, but I'm an interactive game player because I love storylines.
Right.
I love gameplay. Like I said, I love Life is Strange. I played every single one of them joints. I love the game that I'm playing now, The Quarry. It's an interactive game in that type of sense. Now, the storyline on this may not get me because it seems like it is pushing directly to the sense of single mother and their daughter and stuff like that. So I got to see.
This shit is.
But interactive games do well.
I'm not disputing that. My thing is like one. It's not that I'm a selective gamer. It's the fact that I just don't have time to explore other shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I keep it in the pocket. What I do like and what is easy for me to do, and plus the people that I'm playing with, they also like these games. It's easy for me to play that. When y'all play golf, I don't play golf because I don't like golf. You understand? But I'll sit up here and play Dynasty Warriors. Y'all don't play that.
But I wouldn't ask you to grade
hold on, brother. Dynasty Warriors. I haven't played in a while, so hold on now.
I play bowling games.
But I wouldn't ask you to grade the newest golf game coming out because you don't play.
Yeah.
No, if I played it, I could give you my synopsis on it. It might have a different.
Tell me the last interactive storyline movie game that you played.
I really don't remember because I don't Call of Duty. I guess.
Prove my point.
I mean, shit.
That is not an interactive movie.
Sometimes you find something. It's just like when
it is interactive.
It's like when
it's not an interactive movie game.
It's like when you go now
like
when
you choose decisions that affect the next decision.
Yeah, when you
I can't.
Case in point, me and Dave were on several months ago, and he'll know what I'm talking about as soon as I get into it. We were going through Game Pass. It might have been like a year now.
I know exactly where you're going.
And we were on Game Pass, and there was a game called 12 Minutes. The game's called 12 Minutes. And I saw it, and I was like, ooh, this looks interesting. This had to be, I think me and Dave were on the box. It's probably about 6 p.m. I said, I think I'm going to download and play this game. I called Dave the next morning. Y'all finished that game. And
it was 12 minutes.
And the game is called 12 minutes. And what it is in 12 minutes, the whole synopsis of it, certain things happen, but what happens is your decision can loop you back to the beginning of it. So even though the title of it is 12 minutes, it's like your certain, choices that you make, it decides on your fate into the game. But it had me so drawn in that I stayed up all night. And when I talked to Dave that next morning, it was probably 7, 8 a.m. And I was like, what you think about the game? I said, bro, I'm done. I finished that game that one night. It's kind of like, I talked about Echo. I started Echo and I watched all five episodes that one night because it drew you in. So this game here, it may not be for everybody. But I guarantee you it's going to capture somebody. I'm going to play it.
So let me just go back to this point real quick. Whether I play interactive games or not, like that's not really a big factor. You know what I'm saying? I understand, but it's not a huge factor because it could be the same thing. Whereas, like, yo, if I'm exposed to something, I'll give it a shot. That's like perfect example. Like I'm Mr. Black movie, Black everything, right?
Right.
I was not watching shit like The Office and things in that nature. I was not watching things like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like I got exposed to that. I was not watching Game of Thrones. That is not my type of show.
But did you watch it though?
No, listen. That is not my type of show at all because that's just not my thing. Medieval shit is not my thing. But people were talking about it. It was like, yo, look, just give it a shot. I watched it and I loved it.
Gotcha.
So I say all that to say is like, even though that might not be my go-to, if I'm exposed to it, at least I can say, all right, you know what? Yeah, I like this or I don't like this. I'm just telling you that off of what I saw.
Yeah.
Even though I don't play interactive games like that, that doesn't say that I wouldn't. But just off of what I saw, I could tell you that storyline ain't going to do shit for me.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
So
it's not going to do nothing for me.
This is what we're going to do, though. So for everybody who's watching and listening to the Hot Seat podcast, I want you guys to kill. That's a really, really strong word, but I want you guys to overload Earl's IG page and see if we can convince him to come play City Skylines with me.
They ain't gonna overload shit because them motherfuckers ain't gonna play that shit either.
You be surprised. So look,
so
we make sure I'm gonna make sure y'all put his IG joint. It's in there anyway. See if we can get Earl to jump on the city.
I'm gonna check and see the numbers for Life is Strange, the series. How much it did?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So we can get Earl to play City Skylines with me, and then after a while, you come back and be like,
"Fucking now."
Listen, we gonna like that is my goal this year.
Can I ask you a question? When you play your Sims game, like, can you?
Oh no, that's not Sims. It's City Skylines.
It's nothing. It's nothing but Sims. Like
no, it's not. It's not. See, now you're being disrespectful. It's not.
When you play your Sims game. What do you do after you build your cities and you get revenue? Like you just watch the shit. Like what do you do?
You don't stop. You have to continually. Actually, to be perfectly honest, and
what's the end goal? That's what I'm saying.
It's like being a city. It's like being a city engineer, man. You just in charge of something. Hey, when you buy a dog, do you just stop feeding it?
Yeah, until it die. There's an end goal.
This ain't a Digimon. I mean, if you have a Digimon, you don't feed it, it dies. So you can't stop with the
no. But I'm saying everything has an end goal. Like, what is the end goal?
I mean, yeah, it does. It's called like everything explodes, kind of like the Earth because global warming. But
no, I'm just saying like what is like when you're like I'm happy with this game. Like, what is something?
Well, City Skylines is not happy. Like you're just going to build out as big as you possibly can go through because there's always goals. Whether you're adding airports, you're trying to increase the population, you're adding this and the other. It's always a goal. It's always a goal, which is probably the problem with humans today. We're always chasing a number. But yeah, it's one of those things. See what I did there? Dropping gems on the low, but we're gonna get Earl to play City Skylines. It's the Hot Seat Podcast with your boy Sean, Earl, Dave. Episode 137, man. We about to get out here, but of course, this podcast wouldn't be what it is again if we hadn't taken our podcast, or again, in that case, our Xbox Live conversation, bring them over to the podcast space. But I will say this though, and that is the wrong ticker that's going to the bottom of the actual thing. So my bad, folks. But in any case, man, what I wanted to show you guys is we teased it on the last show. So coming very, very, very soon. We've been working on this for a little while. We got our official merch, man. Our official Hot Seed podcast merch. Yes, we wore different tees at times on the pod, but now these tees will be available to you in a wonderful black and gray. Is our initial drop that will be coming in a couple of weeks. All cotton tees itself. That's what mics, games with headsets, a whole lot of unfiltered conversation with the QR code on the back. Like me, if you're in the line at Disney or something and a random white man say, "My bad, sir, I just scan your QR code on the back of your t-shirt," you don't be mad because now he's probably a listener of the podcast. Shout out to you, young white man, sir. I appreciate it.
Wow.
And
Wow.
it all started, and we're now in a podcast space. So of course you can find your boy Sean Xavier playing under the tag Sinat2X, playing City Skylines. So I'm probably playing Open Road, which Earl won't play. Suicide Squad is what I'm doing, though. Suicide Squad is what I'm doing this coming Friday. So much so the missus was like, "Wait a minute, that's coming out Friday? I want to play too." I'm like, "Ma'am, don't play with my emotions. Like this ain't no." See, there's a couple of things in life that I don't play about.
Don't touch
when the Joker comes out in October, the Joker 2 comes out, and the Joker, people have said, "Yeah, I want to go see it too." Ma'am, okay, let me tell you right now. You can go see it. I'm going to experience it. So don't get in my way if you're not going to experience it with me. Friday, Suicide Squad 2 is going to drop. It's going to be an experience. I am serious about my DC, about my Batmans, and everything else in between. Even though this is Superman, everybody else, but you know what I'm talking about. So now 2X. Find me. You can play some games. We can play some Madden. We will be broadcasting our next matchup in Madden because it will be coming up on our next. I think it'll be a home game for Dave, either on Madden or Earl. If he decide not to simulate the game, we will be broadcasting that over our Twitch channel, like we did last year. So exclusive content for you guys, man, for the Hot Seed podcast.
Can we do a basketball game on Twitch?
I mean, we can play Open Road if you want to. No, what?
I said basketball.
We can do basketball too if you want. We play NBA Street. What are we doing?
I guess why you don't play basketball?
You know why? I told Dave. You know why I don't
play? Getting your ass whooped?
That's not even why. You know what's crazy, and I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. I don't play NBA basketball as much, and it's weird. I can't keep up, or I can't get the I guess best with the button pressing down. I can't get I have and this is true, just true, very honest. The situation I have with my my nerves and stuff like that, I can't get it timing right. I don't care what I do. I know you say go to the gym. I can't get the timing right to where my grip, it responds in a time frame to where I either let off the button, the shooting button, something like that. I even tried it with the joystick, and I can't get.
But how do you do that? But you do football.
But see, football is not the same though. Remember, football you're not playing. Remember, NBA you're doing constantly throughout the game. There's breaks in between football. See what I'm saying? You're going in, you hiking the ball, you throwing the ball, so forth. You're pushing.
But it's not a break for you because you're playing on both sides of the ball. Pause.
No, but even still though, you're not moving they're constant.
I would say 2K is definitely more timing though, especially.
Yeah, it is more. I can't get the timing right.
If you can't get that shot down there.
I can't, and that's not an excuse. I literally cannot get even when I played it on the lowest rookie level joint. I can't get the timing right. I know I'm very good in basketball games, so don't get it twisted. But when I'm at Dave's house and we played 2K. And we're sitting there down in his man cave there, and he's beating the motherfucking brakes off me. And you ever play games with somebody and they be laughing like, but I can tell it's an uncomfortable laugh. Like, damn, bro, I'm really beating the shit out of you. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed because I'm like, bro, I'm better than this. I just can't. I can't do it. It's weird. I don't know why, but it's something I can't get the timing right, which is weird.
Well, why don't you go to the gym like me and just get your because I got everybody got different shots.
I don't know why. It's weird, but it's some other things too. I was playing piano the other day when my brother was here, and timing that's a whole nother thing. We talked about the other day. The timing is kind of getting off for me, and I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, don't try to play me though. Don't play open road. I can play everything else though. Yeah,
Nah, I'm
it's
good.
fine. Yeah, it's fine.
I go to speed limit, so I'm good.
But but like fighting games, it's weird. Maybe it's just a mental aspect for me, but I can't get the shit right. I don't know. It's
So
fine.
you got you got the Barkley swing on the basketball shot.
Probably so. I'm still the best GM in the world though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Keep going. What you got?
The fuck?
I am the best GM in the world.
Look, let's get on out of here. It's the storyteller. You know, I'm out here gaming, but one thing we didn't get to on the not so breaking news,
right.
but we're gonna be out there in April. Just know that they're about to basically demolish the Tropicana in Las Vegas.
Right.
It's been there since 1957 because
we didn't do that. My bad. Yeah.
After they demolish it, they're putting up that new baseball stadium for the Athletics. So, yep, no more Tropicana out there, but there's a lot more to do.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that.
We about to shut that shit down. I'm sorry. Sign these NDAs, folks. I apologize. Sign these NDAs. What you got, Earl?
Havoc 973. That's it.
That's all. That's all you got. All that shit you said. You got nothing else to say.
Nope. Nothing else needs to be said. That's all I got.
Of course, man. Monday morning, next Monday, 6 a.m. You can hit me up on. I send a link out. Yeah, you tap in with me for the morning hump with Sean Xavier. 6 a.m. We did a little pop-up show the other night. Just played music. You know, the server was acting weird, and then I fixed it after the fact. You know what we're gonna do with the vibe there. We're like in that we're about, as Earl said, we're in that lull of football and everything else. But we back in business. The relaunch is on us, and of course, man, Football Talk Live next Sunday 9 a.m. We got our Hot Seat Podcast special mock draft. We're gonna talk some Commanders. We're gonna talk some Giants and everything else in between, man. Anything else, fellas, before we get out of here, man? No. Again, man. Instacart, hit the link in the show notes. Free delivery on your first order over $35 or more. It's Pro Bowl week, so I don't think you're ordering snacks for that. But whatever you do, it's up to you. It's the Hot Seat. We out.
The Hot Seat.
The Hot Seat.